What the hell is going on with the Dead Rising remake? From race swapping a Chinese character to a white person, to not offend Asians, removing sexuality and covering up cleavage? And not the latest offense, where they don't want to offend communists? Really? Who the is making these changes? Let's get into it. For people who don't know, Dead Rising is a classic game made by a Japanese company called Capcom. It was made in 2006 and is a cult classic loved by the fans. It's a gory, edgy game full of inappropriate humor, jokes, and quite frankly, a breath of fresh air compared to games that are made for a modern audience. Last month on July 2nd, Capcom released a remake trailer for our beloved game, and fans including me were hyped, but something was just not right. Something looked different. Now, if you played the original game, you would know of an Asian boss named Larry Cheung, who was a psychopath butcher that referred to zombies as spoiled meat and people as fresh. He is creepy and a great character that reflects the edginess and humor of the game. But hey, it's 2024 and we can't hurt people's fifis. So they decided to change the character to an overweight white guy with glasses and a hat, as if somehow that would be less offensive. Yes, Larry is an Asian dude with an accent. Do these people not exist in the world? Yes, they do. Hell, I dated a few Asian girls with an accent. And on the other side, I live in Japan. I speak Japanese, and guess what? I am a foreigner with an accent. Should Japanese people not add foreign characters like me to their media? Of course they should. I don't care. This is just a flat-out attack on white people, and at the same time erasing a diverse character. Anyways, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think this is 100% racially motivated, for reasons I will go into later, but what I do know is that it was changed to a white dude, as it's the safe race. If they changed it to anything else, it would have been torn apart in the gaming news. What the hell is going on here? Are we really living in a world where the only race that they can put in a negative role is a white dude? And when I say white dude, I mean straight white dude. There's no way that they would make this character a gay man. Because if a gay character was an enemy, Capcom would get so much backlash they would have to release a public apology. What the timeline are we living in where equality no longer means equal? If you want equal representation, the company should be able to create any race in any role, regardless of it being good or bad. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Crazy people come in all races and nationalities. Are we going to have to start censoring the news in order to not offend people? Race swapping to a white character is in itself racist. Who signed off on this? Obviously it was the Capcom localization team. Did they stop there? No. There was also a photography mode in the original game where you get points for taking good photos. Kind of like Pokemon Snap, but for adults. Now if you take photos of a female character and there's panties or cleavage in the photo, you get an Erotica bonus and score multiplier. It's cheesy, dark humor, and nothing more. I'm not even interested in it. But keep in mind, this is just a video game. Well, it's been removed from the game because of course you can't sexualize women now. Now I understand if people were doing this in real life, it would be a problem, but this is not real life. And like I said before, I live in Japan. Taking erotic photos in public of strangers is actually an issue. And cameras here have to have a shutter sound when the camera is used, so people can catch other people doing this sort of thing. It's disgusting, but this is not the real world. It's a damn video game. I don't care about the feature. I don't care about having the ability to take these photos. I just don't want our games and media to be censored. It's a slippery slope, it only making games worse over time. And when did being attractive become offensive? Hell, when did liking attractive men or women become a problem? They even decided to cover up cleavage in the game. Take a look at the zombie. Notice anything different? Yeah, they've nerfed boobs. Now I know it's the small thing and I really don't give a shit if there's cleavage in the game, but there's no reason to censor this. I'm just so sick of seeing how our games and media being so censored and trying to cater to everyone, but end up catering to nobody, and they lose what makes games special in the first place. And how is this not offensive to women? Are they trying to say women don't show cleavage in public? Are women not allowed to dress sexy and show their bodies? Is this now offensive? I thought this was only a crime in the Middle East. Nope. Well, let's just call a spade a spade. It's a bunch of non-gaming, purple-haired weirdos with the sole purpose being to ruin everything. Let's be real. This game is made by dudes and mostly for dudes. Yes, women play these games too. I'm not saying they don't, but it's obviously a game for dudes who just want to laugh at stupid jokes and mindlessly kill zombies. Are these changes a deal breaker? No. Dudes are not trying to add zombies and 5v5 matches in The Sims and Stardew Valley. So why are these companies coming for our shit and ruining the source material? Get it through your head, Capcom. Grow a pair and respect the source material. We're so sick of seeing our media get watered down like this. Who is this for? And what's next for Capcom's Dead Rising? Well, Capcom has now tweeted out another character that goes by the name Cliff, who is a veteran of the Vietnam War and has flashbacks. Now he has an episode in the game and decides to attack the player. But before that, let's watch the original.
Oh yeah, I know why. It's because you're Viet Cong. I'm right. Aren't I? You are nothing but a filthy communist!
Yes, he calls us a filthy communist, which is fitting for his character. Now let's take a look at the new scene.
It's because you're a mole. I'm right. Aren't I? You are nothing but a filthy animal!
Notice anything different? Well, we're no longer communist. We are a filthy animal, which completely kills the scene and importance of Cliff being known as a veteran. Why has this been censored? And how is this not triggering for people who love animals? Now, either they're trying to protect communists from being made fun of, or perhaps that a war veteran is having flashbacks? The spoiler alert, PTSD is a huge issue for people, but that doesn't mean that we need to not talk about it, or just sweep it under the rug. They killed off what made this character special. At this point, just take away his backstory. Just make him a deer-hunting Republican that calls our character a filthy lib or something. And look, like I said, this is a slippery slope. I'm not right-wing. I'm actually more on the left. But I can't not see what they're doing to our loved franchises. The more we let these games be changed by these weirdos, is when the games that we love stop getting made at all. If they have to remove the word communist from the game, what's from stopping them from removing the word psychopath, as it might offend the people who have been victims in real life? When are they gonna stop? Now, what I think they're really doing is trying to censor the game to be released in China, which I think is ass backwards. Just make a damn Chinese version instead. Like I said, this just keeps happening, and it's getting worse and worse. Here's an example of something that is less controversial, and I don't see anybody talking about, but it explains what is happening to our games without people noticing. Now, in my favorite game of all time, Final Fantasy VII, no, not this one, there's a character named Dyne, who is an old friend of one of the main characters in the party, that goes by Barrett. Now, after some traumatic events transpire, they lose contact for reasons I don't want to get into here, but they're eventually reunited, and Dyne has gone off the rails and decides to attack Barrett. After they stop fighting, Dyne decides to take his own life, and jumps off a cliff nearby. It's a sad scene, and many of us fans were excited for the remake version. And let's take a look how Dyne dies in the remake. Yeah, that's right. He is shot to death by random soldiers with no blood, because suicide is controversial. They completely ruined this scene, and it has lost all impact that the original had. Now, at first I could not understand why they changed it, but then I started to look into it, and that's when I found it. They are partnered with a company called Sweet Baby Inc., a fun-sucking company that gets paid to ruin games so that they appeal to a modern audience. Making these games for a non-existent modern audience is only going to get them non-existent money. And that's it. Peace.